So this is our thesis proposal titled Efficiency of Oregano or Oreganum vulgare as Phytogenic Feed Additives to Broiler Chickens. So members, yours truly, Jessamay Cutad, Academia Lloyd Lewins Acabal, Casido Niño Tam, and Clemente Jajay Bohol. So this thesis submitted partial fulfillment in the requirements of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, so Negros Oriental State University, Pamplona Campus, College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fishery. So here's the introduction. Poultry chicken is an important source of nutrition, and it is considered as a staple food source of every Filipino household. According to studies, chicken meat is the second most popular meat in the Philippines, following pork. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, by 2021, the Philippines poultry consumption per capita was around 13.7 kilograms in 2020 and was expected to rise around 14.6 kilograms per person by 2023. In January 2021, the Philippines consumed around 1.75 million metric tons of chicken meat. The entire volume of the chicken meat produced in the country was roughly 1.4 million metric tons in the same year. So, chicken were intentionally and commercially produced for meat consumption is called broilers. And broiler production is preferred over native chicken for it is time efficient and adaptable to market changes due to relatively short life cycle of broilers. Rising demand for chicken meat in the market, pressure in the side of producers arises to able to produce the needed supply to avoid shortage of chicken meat. Also, various diseases continue to threaten chicken production. Due to these factors, broiler chicken producers use antibiotics for prevention of infection, treatment of infection, promotion of growth, and improvement in production in the farm animals. Antibiotics have long been a key component of effective disease control in humans and animals. Farmers and economy benefit from the use of antibiotics in poultry and livestock production because it improves chicken performance effectively and economically. However, there is a growing concern among consumers about the overuse and efficacy of antibiotics has led to sweeping changes in the poultry industry. Furthermore, it led to development of new sector of alternative products that complement antibiotics regimen that remains in effect, or in some cases take place the antibiotics altogether. And this is called phytogenic feed additives. So, what is phytogenic feeds additive? Phytogenic feed additives, also known as botanical or PFAS, as plant-based compounds that are added to animal diets and approved quantities to improve animal performance. Phytogenic represent a cost-effective natural source of microbial suppression for poultry producers to facing pressure to cut back or eliminate antibiotics in their bands. So in addition, phytogenic or phytobiotics are a group of natural promoters or non-antibiotic growth promoters derived from essential oils, spices, and herbs such as oregano or Oreganum vulgare, and which serve as source of bioactive ingredients. And phytobiotics are approved in chicken feed in EU and USA. Vulgare, commonly known as oregano, is a natural, less toxic residue free feed supplement for poultry when compared to other synthetic ingredients. Contains key bioactive components, including a thymol and caravacrol or Oregano vulgare as a poultry feed supplement has had an antimicrobial, antioxidant, antiviral, immunomodulatory, and antiparasitic effect. The potential advantages of utilizing oregano levels in the poultry diets include improved the feed intake and feed conversion, enhanced digestion, expanded productive performance, and down-regulated disease incidence and economical loss.
Objectives of this study. Generally, this study aims to identify the efficiency of oregano, vulgare, as a photogenic feeds additive to broiler chicken. Specifically, this study aims to: number 1, to evaluate the growth performance of broiler chicken. Number 2, to calculate and evaluate improvement in feed intake of broiler chickens. And number 3, to calculate and evaluate improvement.
The experiment will be conducted in the backyard of the researcher in Manhoyod, Negros Oriental in the month of July to August 2021. 60 heads of day-old broiler chicks will be used for this study. There are altogether 4 treatments, and each treatment will be replicated thrice. Thus, there are 5 heads per replication. The supply of Oregano vulgare will be collected at the backyard garden of the researchers. Commercial feeds and broiler chicks will be purchased at the aggregate store in Manhuyud, Negros Oriental. Digital weighing scale will be used for weighing feeds and broilers. Watering and feeding trough will be provided by the researchers. Other equipment like lighting of the cages, which is essential to maintain the livable environment for the chicks, will be provided by researchers. Procedures of broiler chickens. Broiler will be housed in a compartment 80 cm length by 60 cm width by 50 cm deep, which is hold 5 heads per compartment. During the breeding stage of chicks 1 to 7 days old, they will be exposed to artificial light with 3 incandescent bulbs with 50 watts, which will be installed into houses that are 1 meter above the floor. At 2 to 4 weeks old, the broilers will be exposed to 18 hours of natural light during the day and artificial light in the evening. Broiler chicks will be weighed upon the arrival of the initial body weight weekly during Saturday and Sunday and before slaughter for the final weight. Mortality will also recorded. Procedures of Oregano vulgare preparation. Oregano leaves will be harvested from the backyard garden of the researchers daily to ensure adequate supply. Leaves will be hung and for 2 to 3 days depending on the moisture of the leaves. Dried leaves will be crushed and crumbled to tiny pieces almost the same size of the commercial feeds. Procedures of feeds and water administration. Commercial feeds and oregano leaves will be prepared weekly and will be stored in feed sack. Feeds tests will be mixed thoroughly by hand. Feed will be added and water will replace in the morning and afternoon.
Experimental design, number of replication and treatment. Experimental methods of investigation will be applied in the study. The experiment will be laid out in a completely randomized design (CRD) The treatment means will be analyzed using the analysis of variance ANOVA method. The ANOVA test will be used to determine the significant difference of each treatment. This study will include 4 treatments, and each treatment will be replicated of 3 times with 5 heads of broilers in each treatment, making in total of 60 heads of broilers. The difference levels of Oregano as phytogenic feed, additives, and antibiotic regimen are shown in the tables below. In Table 1, different treatments and level or Oregano. Phytogenic feed additives treatment, levels of applications code. No feed additive, phytogenic feed additive treatments, and level of applications 1000 grams of commercial feeds, code CTR control group, and phytogenic feed additives treatments Oregano, Oreganum, vulgare, and level of applications 150 grams of powdered oregano leaves and 50 grams of commercial feeds, code T1, and phytogenic feed additive treatment as feed additive, and 250 grams of powdered oregano leaves and 750 grams of commercial feeds, T2, and 50 grams of powdered oregano leaves and 650 grams of commercial feeds, T3.